Welcome friends, welcome back to the kitchen, welcome back to Cocktails After Dark. Today we're going to do another recipe out of Mama's Recipes for Keeping Papa at Home. This is an advertising giveaway for a company that imported different spirits into the United States. And one of the things that they imported was something called Caroni Bitters, which is now gone, lost in a legal battle against Angostura. So let's start out with Angostura, 2 dashes in each mixing glass, or thereabouts. Then we need 3 dashes of syrup, simple syrup, gum syrup. I'm gonna say that's 3 dashes, really hard to tell. Then we need 2 dashes of curacao. Let's call that 2 dashes. Now we come to the whiskey component. Did I say that this is a whiskey cocktail? I was really wanting a whiskey cocktail today. So it calls for 1 wine glass of whiskey. It doesn't say what kind of whiskey. Earlier in the book, it says a wine glass is 3 ounces. Depending on which cocktail book from which time period, a wine glass is 3 or 4 ounces. This one is 3 ounces. So I'm going to do 3 ounces of this small batch whiskey from Quebec in this mixing glass. Canadian whiskeys are pretty good for mixing usually. And in this glass, I'm going to use this Irish whiskey, Writer's Tears. And so it gets the same 3 ounces. Okay, so I'm not going to be working in a cocktail bar in Tokyo anytime soon. I got to tell you, mixing cocktails, tasting cocktails, drinking cocktails, filming the mixing, the drinking, and the tasting of cocktails all day long in order to bring you this content is tiring. And there's a point where your brain just doesn't work anymore. So I'm going to say I've got the whiskey in there. Let's ice these glasses and mix them up. Okay, Canadian whiskey. And Irish whiskey.
Hey friends, hey Glenn.
Hey Jules.
What do we have today? Oh, a whiskeys.
Whiskey, a whiskey cocktail.
Whiskeys?
Whiskey cocktail. So it says
a lemon.
Piece of lemon.
Okay.
It has curacao in it, but it says, you know, you could leave the curacao out if you want.
Oh, well, it's nice that there's, I mean, that's, you do what you want.
Do what you want.
Hey, how about that? Someone else who said, do what you want.
Make it the way you want to drink it. Okay, let's give this a try.
It's pretty pleasant.
Okay, so this is the Saint Laurent.
Okay. Very different.
Yes.
But both very pleasant.
Yes. Okay. Go ahead.
If I was choosing, I think I would choose this one.
Me too. So this one is.
But this one's really good too. I mean, I don't want to negate that this one is not good. This one is definitely good.
If you want something smooth, like smooth, that is a smooth cocktail with that Writer's Tears.
This one has very, very different.
A little more challenging.
Have we had this before, this whiskey?
We've used this once before. I mean, it's 3 years old. It's under Canadian law, it's barely whiskey, right? Like it is barely whiskey.
With a very different flavor,
right? It's a small batch whiskey. It's 20% rye. This is lot number 2. I mean, they haven't been making whiskey for very long, and yet in this cocktail, it works incredibly well, doesn't it?
It is quite lovely. I would have both of those.
Okay. Just a variation on a whiskey cocktail. I mean, it's so close to being so many other whiskey cocktails. There's sugar, there's a citrus element, there's some bitters. I mean, it's not groundbreaking. Even when this was written in the late 1800s, early 1900s, it wasn't groundbreaking either. But it's a good cocktail. So, thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.